Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and for today's episode we have a very special guest with us. She is the Assistant General Manager of the Business Unit Group of Alsons, Dev, Ms. Jolla Soriaga.
Hi, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Thank
Welcome
you.
to the channel.
Thank you for inviting us.
It's our pleasure.
Yeah.
So, to kick it off, who is Alsons Dev?
Okay, Alsons Dev or Alsons Development Investment Corporation. It started in I think 1960s, early 1960s. So the company has been around for almost 60 years.
So 60 years na si Alsons Dev. Wow.
Yes. It's a member of the Alcantara Group, and it's the real estate arm, especially for Mindanao projects. They started with commercial properties.
So their first project was
I don't know if you've heard of the Aldevinco Shopping Center.
Aldevinco Shopping Center.
Yeah. So it's like the first shopping center in Davao way back. And
So it's one of the older companies, one of the oldest in Davao.
I think so. Yeah, pioneering companies. Yeah.
Mga pioneers
Yes.
in the real estate industry.
Yes. And then, so they had commercial buildings, so that's their first foray in real estate. And then in the early 1970s, they did their first subdivision. It's called Ladislawa subdivision.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah,
It's one of the most expensive right now here in Davao because it's
Yes.
the location is so prime.
And I'm also, awed with the prices. I don't know what market already is that.
Yes,
It's like
because
buying commercial property.
Yeah, oo nga. Parang kasi in CDO, the high-end subdivisions that we have are usually at 20,000, and then we also have 30, but 30 is medyo a bit steep pa for the market. So I would say 20 is the market value. And then when we visited Davao,
Ladislawa is
we
already
discovered
like 80 to 100.
Ladislao is like 80 to 100. So we
Yes.
really visited it to see nga, ano pang itsura ng 80 per square na property.
Yeah. But in 1970s, when it was launched, it was
How
a
was it?
regular subdivision. Then in the 1990s, it was relaunched, redeveloped into a themed residential development, gated communities. That was the only time when
It
Alsons,
increased in value.
Alsons Dev redeveloped. So
So
they
what
added
was it like before? Like they added amenities. So wala pang amenities before when they launched.
It was the typical house and lot, house and lot development. Low cost
Oh, low
subdivision.
cost pala yun.
The
I thought lot
99
only siya.
No, it was a low cost subdivision with houses, and then 1990s, it was relaunched as Ladislawa Garden Village.
So
And
high-end
it
na.
expanded, so it's more than 60 hectares. So it has expanded. So it became the first themed residential subdivision in Davao. So Ladislawa Garden Village.
So it was like basically the first high-end subdivision in Davao.
There was Insular Village before by the
I think same price range sila.
can we
Similar.
say exceeded? Exceeded price. Yeah, the location is very nice. It has, I think the selling point also are the access points, to make it convenient. And then Ladislawa is the name of the matriarch, the founder. So Conrado and Ladislawa Alcantara are the founders of the Alcantara Group. Then one of the companies is Alsons Development Investment Corporation. So after Ladislawa,
So the Alcantara Group is like the mother,
Company.
the holding company.
Yeah. So it has businesses in power, agribusiness, and real estate. So we're the real estate arm.
So ever since the Alsons Dev launched 50 years ago, how many subdivisions has it? Does
Actually,
it
as
have?
far as the residential projects, we're still on our ninth, but the sizes average at 50 hectares. And then I think our largest now is North Town, where we are now. We're
At
I think
100.
at least 150.
150 hectares.
150 hectares. We're still doing the next phases.
So you really develop like huge tracts of land.
Yes, and then we.
And that takes time to develop, so it's understandable.
Yes. And then, so we started with Ladislawa. Then next came Woodridge, and Northtown is our eighth project as far as the high-end product is concerned. Then we have Nurtura Land and Home. That's our brand for our house and lot project. Our first project under that brand is Nara Park Residences, which is our maiden project for that segment. So that's our ninth project for the residential products.
So, what are your projects that still has available inventory?
Northtown and Nara Park. That's
So, dalawa na lang. The rest are
North-
already sold out.
yes. Oh yeah.
So, when you usually launch a project, what's the launch price? Like, for example, here for Northtown.
The first phase of Northtown was launched in 2013. We opened at I think 7,800.
Around 7,000 per
In
square.
2013, yeah. We
Around
sell
7
open
years
lots,
ago.
yeah. Only 7 years ago, we're now at 27,000
Yes,
per
I was
square.
checking your price list a while ago. It's at around 25 to 29,000 per
Yes,
square.
yeah.
That's the range, and it's already almost sold out.
Yes, that's why we're pressured to opening the next phases. So I think we have to open three more. We have
Three more phases,
But,
but
yeah,
for-
but small increments already, like 10 hectares every phase. Yeah.
So additional 30 hectares.
Yes.
So more or less, how many lots will that be?
Since we're now averaging at like 200, 250 square meters per lot. And we put emphasis on the open spaces, the greens, which take up about, what?
Like for example, your clubhouse,
60.
it sits on a 2.5
Yes.
hectare in area.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's one of the biggest clubhouses I've seen.
Yes. So for Northtown, I think we're like 60% devoted to open space. That includes the roads, but 60%. So
No,
the
that's-
saleable
that's
is only about
quite,
40.
ano.
Yeah. Usually it's 70-30.
Yes.
Yeah. But we're 40-60, 40 saleable. So we're the least, 40% for saleable. So maybe the next phases would just be what? Maybe 350 to 400 lots only.
So just a couple of lots na lang, considering
Yes.
the size, because
Yes,
the
the sizes.
cuts are bigger and you have generous open spaces.
Yes.
Like si Nicole, she mentioned that there are open spaces in front of the lots. The
Yes.
new ones the new phases that you'll be launching.
Yeah, we have, I think they call it single-loaded lots. So your neighbors are just on the right and the left. So across you is
Parang may
open
strip of
space,
park.
yeah, and then behind you is still a
Open space.
open space.
So it's very prime
Private.
and very exclusive.
Yes,
And better airflow.
yes. So if you're at the corner, you just have one neighbor.
Yeah, and you won't be so boxed in.
Yes, yes.
Because there are subdivisions that there are houses sa left to right, in front and
And
back.
back,
So
yeah.
it becomes really hot.
Yes. So that's the latest phase we've launched, and yeah, the market received
But ano
it
pa?
very well.
So it has already launched the
yes,
new phases.
Yes. We launched that, I think, last February.
So bago pa lang.
Bago pa lang, but we're nearing sold out, so we're working on the next phase.
So how many phases does North Wind have?
North, we're on our phase 4. We're maybe 3 more phases. So
yung
phase 7.
third phase is still fourth phase na is still for launching.
Selling already.
Selling na.
Yeah.
Yung fifth and sixth is wala pa.
Wala pa.
So how did Alsons fare during the pandemic? Did you stop construction? Like nag-pause ba kayo, or did you still keep moving forward with the construction phase and the sales as well?
Everyone really adjusted, I think, during the pandemic, with health and safety as the primary concern for our employees, for the contractors, everyone. But still, we found ways to continue construction because, people have to earn, So with health and safety initiatives implemented, so we continued with construction and selling. And we fairly well.
How did you adjust? Did you
For
go
construction,
online, or you were already online prior to the pandemic and you just doubled your efforts?
yeah, of course, everyone definitely put on more efforts in the digitalization. So not just selling online, but also our processes have to go digital, to continue work. And for the construction, we adjusted by having bunk houses, housing in the workers, so they don't have to
Go in and out.
and all those RT-PCRs, quarantines, and everything.
It's expensive also.
It's very expensive, but we had to continue construction because the market expects delays because of the pandemic, but somehow you have to make up for that delay, meet halfway and still deliver the houses, the lots, the subdivisions. Yeah.
So at least, ano pa rin, you still kept moving forward because there were actually parang I think 50% of the developers put development on hold
Yes.
during the pandemic.
Yeah.
So, but with Alsons, you
we
still
continued,
and you still continued
Operations didn't
selling and
stop,
even
yeah.
launching
Yes.
new subdivisions.
Yes.
So far as a business dev, what has your challenges been sa real estate market? Kumusta yung real estate market here in Davao?
Challenge is buying land. Land values continue to increase. Construction costs, especially now, continue to increase. But
And the materials.
yes, the materials. But you can't keep increasing your prices. So, there you have to
Balance it
balance
out.
it. Yeah, like how you can't just keep increasing. We can't just keep increasing. Mahal ang materials eh. So I mean, we increase, but you can't, go as fast as the raw land and the construction material prices are going. And of course, address it through the payment terms. Making.
What are your payment terms here?
We have for North Town, I think we have like 3 to 4 years, zero interest. Like then depends on the number of
And
years.
the equity is how much?
Sometimes there's an option for zero down payment, and then there's an option for stretch down payment. So you just have to come up with terms that, make it easier for the market to have possession of the property. So that's key, especially that they're holding on to whatever cash they have. But some people, since they cannot travel, they cannot, indulge so much. Well, they can shop pa rin online, but they cannot travel, so they put their money
Yes,
in
I
real
noticed
estate.
that.
Yeah.
I noticed that.
Since
Like
they cannot
during the pandemic, the Fairway Lane properties
Yeah.
in Cagayan de Oro and the ridge lots, which are the bigger, which have bigger cuts, like 700 to 1,000 plus square meters, they got sold out during the
Yes.
pandemic, and we've been having these inventories for years,
Years,
na.
yeah.
Because they're hard to sell.
Yeah.
Because lot pa lang 30 million na
Yeah.
or 20 million
Yeah.
na. But during the pandemic, like all our ridge lot listings got sold out.
Yes.
And also fairway lot listings. So like people are, since they can't expand their businesses right now,
Yes.
or they can't travel, they're putting their money in real estate, which just always goes up.
Yes. As long as you choose the right project.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. So there. So we still had sales, and then we just adjusted on the payment terms, and then some relief to some clients who
But at least
experienced
you're offering like a longer term for the total contract price. Like, clients don't have to get a bank loan because you're offering parang usually developers offer deferred cash, but it's
Yeah.
only between 12 to 24 months. This is a longer period, like up to 5 years.
The open lots, yes. For the house and lot, we usually, I think, 2 to 3 years for the equity, and then comes with a bank takeout or pag-ibig. That's usually what the customers do. So it's key lang to make the equity portion affordable for them. Yeah.
So with the pandemic, since the pandemic happened, and you've had a lot of experience now in this industry. What has been your biggest takeaway, or what are your biggest learnings, being in this industry already for more than 20 years?
What's my biggest takeaway? Land, land will, it depends on, whatever you put in it. I mean, that's how land increases in value. You don't use it, there's no value in it.
It depends on how you develop it.
Yes, it's what you put in it. That's how you increase it. Because, like here, Northtown, our values here are at 29,000. Adjacent to us, they can't sell 29,000, right? So it's what we put in it that gives value to land.
Yes, that's correct. And I noticed now that developers are more into developing townships. Like, especially here in Davao. Like, you don't really see single developments lang, like all residential
Yes.
or all like one condominium.
Yes.
So there's usually different components already. It's usually a mixed-use development.
Yes.
And that's what's happening here.
Yes,
with
that's
Northtown.
what Northtown is. So, yeah, we just don't sell lots. We don't sell just the subdivision. So we say we build communities.
Communities.
So in order to have a community, you just don't plan for just the house or just the lot. So for Northtown, over 100 hectares are still devoted to residential, but we set aside 10 hectares for a mixed-use
The
development.
commercial.
Yeah, it's commercial and institutional.
And inside the subdivision, so very convenient.
It's just next,
Adjacent.
yeah, adjacent, because the public, the other communities, the bigger community where Northtown belongs to, can benefit also from that town
So it's not
center.
really like inside the
Yes.
subdivision.
Yes.
But adjacent lang,
Yes.
beside it.
Yes. So not just commercial, we're into institutional components. So the first component of the town center is the public safety complex. So we donated a property and the building to the city government of Davao. So it includes 911, 911
That's
station.
very beneficial
Yeah.
for the unit owners.
Yeah,
because 911 is just there.
Yeah, 911, fire, and police. So it's a complete complex. So we donated the land and building to the city. So it's just there at the entrance. So it benefits not just Northtown, but also the adjacent
All the
barangays.
communities
Yeah.
nearby.
Yeah.
And there's a mall.
Yes. In Northtown Center, part of it is City Mall. So we have a JV with City Mall. That's a subsidiary of Double Dragon. I think they're opening by next year. So I think it's also timely, when the new normal really
Yeah.
sets in.
And then there are still available commercial spaces for
Yes.
JV or for lease.
Yes. Yes.
So because I saw the plans, like pwedeng may condo,
Yes.
other commercial buildings,
Yes.
apart from the malls,
Yeah. Or maybe a primary, secondary school.
maybe a school.
Yes.
So what I really like about townships is it really increases the value of the property faster compared to if you just put like only a residential or
Yes.
like just purely commercial. So they kind of benefit from each other. Like since, for example, if there's a commercial property beside a residential, meron ng captured market.
Yes.
Yung commercial complex, because
Yes.
all the residents here will just, of course, shop here. It's just nearby.
Yes. Yeah. So for Northtown Center, we hope to launch it maybe late this year, since City Mall is also in the completion stage of the structure.
And for Northtown, what's the, I don't know, have you started turning over or have the
Yes.
residents started building their
For
houses
phase
here?
one, I think phases 1 and 2 of Northtown residences have been turned over already. We've had, we have residents, we have a couple of residents already, and we have home building applications.
How much is usually the monthly dues for your subdivisions?
Oh
Like
my-
not only here. Like, do you have a
I think-
range?
I'll double check, but we're at 2 pesos per square meter. Yeah. 4.
4 pesos.
4 pesos already.
Similar to Xavier
Yeah.
Estates
Yeah,
in
4 pesos
Cagayan.
per square
XA
meter.
is at, I think, 3 right now.
Yeah, 4 pesos.
So 3 to 4. The most expensive subdivision, like in terms of like the HOA dues
Yes.
in Cagayan, is Alegria. It's at 8 pesos per
per square meter. Wow.
Yeah, so if you have like a 500 square meter lot, you'd be
Yes.
paying a couple thousand per month.
So you have to live there and use it to
Yeah,
make
you
it
have to live
worthwhile.
there because even if you're not living there, you still have to pay.
Yes. So you have to live there and use it, enjoy the amenities. Yeah.
So for our buyers, investors who want to invest in Northtown, where can they find you?
You can check Facebook. We have Alsons Properties, and we also have our Nara Park Residences pages in FB. And we have our head office at the Bonifacio Street here in Davao City.
And your website is
Our web,
updated
yes, we have
as well.
websites for alsonsproperties.com and also Nurtura Land and Home.
Yeah, I really like your website because you can just check the available inventory. I just
Yeah.
checked it just a while ago
Yes.
actually because I was asking Nicole for what's your inventory,
Yes.
sample computations, and it's just at the website. So it's
Yeah.
very easy to use
Yeah, we update our sales maps, I think.
regularly. So all your projects are just there
Yes.
in the website,
Yeah.
and the brokers or even buyers, because
Yes.
it's open to all, can
Yes.
just access it,
Yes.
the price list, the inventory. So it's very convenient.
Yes. It's just that, when you check the availability now of the lot, you have to call the office immediately.
To make sure.
Yeah, because if you decide after 2 days, it may be gone
Yeah.
already.
So that's when the marketing comes in.
Yes,
Ana.
yes,
When
yes.
the buyer is already choosing
Yes.
a specific lot.
Yes.
So ano na lang, for the specific computation and also to make sure that it's still available because inventory changes fast.
Yes.
Okay.
I hope it's always like that fast.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay.
thank you so much, Miss
Okay.
Joll. I had a
Yes.
lot of fun during our
Okay.
chat.
Thank you for inviting us.
Of course, it's my pleasure to have you as my guest here.
Yes.
And that's it for today's vlog. I hope you learned a lot, and I'll see you in the next video.